Hi, Hirsch Sahai here, reporting from Wellington, New Zealand, as usual, and it's still Thursday, 18th of February 2021. Today is a or now is a very interesting question or topic. Is law a very ugly profession? Well, of course, don't take my word as gospel for that. What I'm saying is basically just my take on things and from what I've seen in my own research and my own sort of critical thinking, if you like. But I do remember on this topic watching one of the last episodes of their famous program from the mid 2000s on law, Boston Legal, with Danny Crane and Alan Shaw, the two lawyers who are sort of in their older years and both have had failed marriages in the past. But, they've got each other at least. They're best friends. They always hang out with each other, especially at the end of each day when they go out on the balcony and have a brandy and they discuss what's happened that day and think about the following day. But more to the point, is law an ugly profession? I remember one of the last episodes of Boston Legal, Alan Shaw, who's a very good lawyer in the program, he speaks actually with one of his clients, and he says to him, I've been in law now for over 30 years, and one thing I've learned is that in his words, in that program, in that scene, in that episode, he says, one thing I've learned is that it's really a very ugly profession. And what I'm going to do is sort of just a bit repeat what he said in that episode, but also build on it as well. So he says that, law really is a very ugly profession. Think about it. As a lawyer, all you're trying to do is, obviously win the case. And to win the case, all you're trying to do is basically discredit the opposition as much as possible and strengthen the position of your party or your client, despite what's actually happened, despite who really is in the wrong or in the right. And sometimes it's obvious, despite what morals say, despite even what laws say, it's all about just trying to put down the opposition at the same time and strengthen your client. And just by what you say, when you say it, how you say it, what you don't say, things like that, and of course the evidence you bring forward, to the judge, to the jury, and what evidence you don't bring forward. Like I said, what you don't say as well, and of course when you say it and how you respond to things. And there's a lot of sound bites in there. It really is a lot like, politics or marketing, isn't it? So, and it's like they say, if it's not in writing, it never happened. Well, it did happen. We just unfortunately didn't have a record of it. And I think we can all sympathise with that one. We've been in a situation where we've been wronged, or we think we could actually take action or even legal action on something, but we just didn't have the evidence, the actual proof of it. And that's happened to me. I've had horrible things that people have said to me, just very horrible, be it, sexist, racist, hugely discriminatory things, even things that people have told me over the phone and then hung up on me. And I think, damn, if I had that phone call recorded, what I could have done. But yeah, coming back to the point, is law really a very ugly profession? I don't think that's really for me to say. But based on this episode and the scene in the episode, I really see what Alan Shaw was getting at, based on just how you handle things, based on what you bring forward to the table or put on the table, based on what you don't put on the table, based on also how the other side does and how strong their argument is, and really just how you argue things, you can win a case where really, ultimately, your client was actually more in the wrong, but you can actually win a case over the other client and actually get them to pay you reparations. Really is. Oh, and there goes my phone. So I guess that's time to go. Really is something to think about. Gotta get rid of that thing. Thank you. Bye.